Okay, any pain to injuries? Okay. All right, good day, everyone. This is Stephen Chang coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand, as well as through Zoom. You can register for classes through ubindi.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10, and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal. Payment information on the bottom of the video, as well as my website, simhayoga.com. Today's class is Intermediate Advanced Lab, Level 2, Level 3. If you're working with any kind of special conditions or limitations, make sure that you do modify or skip poses altogether, making good decisions about your movement practice so that you don't create any injuries or perpetuate any injuries. Now, if your hips or your low back are tight, please elevate and sit up on a block or some blankets so that you can find a comfortable cross-legged position with a lengthy, tall spine. All right, palms face up, fingers come to Jnana Mudra. Three arms together, inhale. Keeping the eyes closed. Hands together in prayer on front of the heart. Pressing your thumbs into your heart, heart back into the thumbs. Lifting the heart up toward the sky. Setting your intention for yoga practice. Devoting your practice to someone or something or to yourself. Your supreme self that lives within your heart. Chanting the mantra for purification. Purifying the space in which you practice yoga. Call and response. Om Pavitraha, Om Pavitraha, Pavitrawa, Pavitrawa, Sarva Vushtan, Sarva Vushtan, Gato Piwa, Yaha Smarit, Yaha Smarit, Pundrikaksham, Pundrikaksham, Sapahya, Sapahya, Bihyendraha, Bihyendraha, Suchihi, Suchihi. Beginning to open the eyes, palms face up, fingers come back to Jnana Mudra. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder, right hand to the left side. Elongate through the left side of the neck. Chin toward the right shoulder. Release, back to center, drop the right hand, left ear to the left shoulder, left hand to the right side. Chin toward the left shoulder. Release, back to center, drop the left hand, chin toward the chest. Big circles with the head in one direction, ear to one side, roll it back. Opposite side, roll the center. A few more rounds. Chin back toward the chest and pause. And then taking the opposite direction. Chin back toward the chest. Lifting the chin parallel to floor, neutral spine. Extend the legs forward, separating your feet. Supporting with your hands. Turn your toes toward each other, and then roll them out. Draw in, roll out, draw in. Outer rotation, circling. Come back to center. Switch them around, inner rotations. And back to center again. Cross your shins, take the opposite crossing of the legs. Raise your arms up, extend. Exhale, twist to the right. Stay twisting. Reach your right hand slightly further back, lean back as well, and twist deeper. Take it back to center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist to your left. Stay twisting. Walk your left hand slightly further back, lean back as well, and then twist. Back to center, arms up. Exhale, side bends, right hand down, left arm overhead. Keep the side bend, reach your left hand toward the right hand corner of the room, let the left shoulder drop a little bit. Take it back to stack, come all the way back up, other side, left hand down, right arm overhead. Keep that side stretch, reach your right hand toward the left hand corner of the room, right shoulder drops a little bit. Take it back to stack. Come all the way back up, extending the legs forward. Reach the arms forward. Arms are parallel. Keeping the arms straight and the spine straight on the exhale. Lean forward just a little bit. Come back up to vertical. Lean forward a little bit more. Come back to vertical. Lean forward even more and hold it here. Try not to round the spine. Then take the hands to grab the outer feet or anywhere along the legs. Re-lengthen your spine. Exhale. Start to deepen just a little bit. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen a little bit more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen even more. Gently take it back up with your hands. Outer rotation. Walk your hands slightly back behind you. Lift the sternum, broaden your shoulders, kiss your shoulder blades toward each other, and gently looking up, make sure that the back of the neck stays supported, and also flex your feet. Release, take back to neutral. Separate your feet a little bit wider. Maybe off the mat, inhale, arms up. Exhale, reach forward to grab the insides of your feet or anywhere to the inside of the legs. Inhale, re-lengthen the spine. Exhale, take it forward. Inhale, release, take it back up. Let the feet go even wider. Left hand to the floor. Right hand to the floor, left arm forward. Bend your left elbow. Inhale, draw the left elbow back. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, draw back. Exhale, twist. Draw back. Twist. Stay twisting. Left hand to outer right leg for resistance. Right hand adjusting further back, and then deepen the twist. Release to take the left hand to the inside of the left leg. Reach your right arm overhead and start to tilt toward the left side. Keep reaching further and further out if you have the range. Left forearm can come to the floor, but whether your hand or your forearm to the floor, keep pressing the arm to the inside of the leg for resistance so that you can stack your shoulders. And then continue to reach. If you can take the bind, right hand to left foot. Lift up slightly. Square the torso over your left leg. Left hand can come to outside the left leg. And then as you're ready, grab the foot and then come into the forward fold a little more deeply. Begin to release. Come back to center. Again, take your hands outer rotation, slightly further back behind you. Lift the sternum. Kiss your shoulder blades toward each other, gently looking up with the support of the back of the neck. And start to release. Come back to center. Left hand to the floor. Right arm forward. Bend your right elbow. Inhale. Draw the right elbow back. Exhale. Twist left. Inhale. Draw back. Exhale. Twist left. Draw back. Twist left. Stay here. Right hand outer left leg. Left hand adjusts further back and deepen the twist to look behind you, past your left shoulder. Release that action. Right arm to inside the right leg, left arm overhead as you start to tilt toward the right side for the side stretch. Keep reaching further and further out. If you have the range, right forearm can come to the floor. Keep reaching. If you can bind, left hand to bind to the right foot. If not, just keep reaching, left hand out. Stay low. Start to square the torso over your right leg. Right hand comes outside the right leg for support. And then binding hand to foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Release. Take it back up. Take the legs even wider if you have it. Keeping the spine vertical with your hands out of rotation. And then again, broaden, gently looking up. Then take the gaze to look forward. Press into your fingers. Keep the spine neutral with a slight upper back bend. Keep leading forward through the heart center. Go to your maximum and stay there. Once you start to feel like you're rounding, then you want to stop and just readjust. Once you get a few breaths in, if you have a little bit more, you can adjust your hands to go forward and then crawl the hands a little bit further forward. Maintain that neutral spine as you keep working forward. So for those of us who are beginning to feel like we're rounding the spine, if it's more efficient for us to keep the hands back behind us, to keep the openness and the lengthiness of the spine, then keep working there. If you have even more range, you can keep going further. If you have the pancake, take the torso to flatten toward the floor. Otherwise, keep working within the range of motion that you have. All right, let's break. Walk it back in. Take the feet a little bit closer this time. Roll to the outside of the left foot, inside the right, left hand behind you, and lift. And extend the right arm toward the back of the room and reach. Release, take the seat back down, switch sides, roll to outside the right foot, inside the left, right hand behind you. Lift and extend. Release, taking your seat back down, square back to center. With your hands to your inner thighs, lift to bend your knees, soles of feet together. Let the feet come further forward, Tadasana. You can grab the inner feet or thread the arms underneath. And in this forward fold, you can round the spine as much as you want. Just going easy here in this forward fold. Start to release. Step the feet about max width distance. Pivot to your heels, hands supporting, and windshield wiper your knees. Drop your knees over to the right. Sit up tall. Start to rotate to the back of the room. Right hand for support. Left hand. As you reach your left hand further and further out toward the back of the room, traction your fingertips to the floor and keep reaching. Now, you don't have to flatten all the way to the floor. I want you to find a little bit of space so that there's always a little bit more room to reach for. Walk it back in, keep the legs, and then counter twist to the left. Release, square back, lifting your knees, readjust your seat. And then windshield wipe your knees again, side to side. And the next time you drop your knees over to your left, stay there and start to sit up. Rotate to face the back of the room. Left hand to support. With your right hand, keep reaching further and further out. So again, you don't have to come all the way down to the floor. Leave yourself a little bit of space so that there's always a little bit more dipping forward and extension of the right arm that you can go for. All right, walk it back in. Keep the legs as they are and twist to the right. Release, square back to center, and again, one more time, windshield wiper your knees. All right, come back to center. This time, we're going to take frog legs. I recommend for all of us to face that side so that you have your knees on your mat. So go with your knees as wide as you can, and then flex your feet so you have frog legs. Okay? Then, stay here with your arms. I'll take it 2 floors, okay. Take the arms vertical, and then allow the hips to just draw downwards. So you're finding openness through the hip creases and the inner thighs, and then press your hands down to lift your chest and shine the heart center forward as you take a slight back bend. So feel that the front of the shoulders is spreading to open. Release that action a little bit. You're going to draw the heels together and then walk it back into a child's pose. Maybe even come to your forearms here. So it's a very wide-legged child's pose. All right, you're going to stay in your forearms, shift forward again, take your frog legs again, and probably your elbows are too far back, so walk your forearms forward. So now you're in a forearm position. So again, flatten the pubis toward the floor. You might even need to widen your knees a little bit, so make any adjustments that you need. Now, you need to adjust your forearms a little bit further forward so that you can drop the hips to the floor and elevate your heels. Keep your feet flexing. Nice. Yes, good. Now, with your forearms on the floor, think about also lifting the upper back and looking slightly forward. So almost like a sphinx, but your legs are in frog and your heels are elevated. All right, start to lower the heels down as you lift the pubis, walking hands back in with the hands supporting. Tuck your toes under, draw the knees back toward each other, and heel toe yourself back to center and rotate it back to the front of the room. All right, and then tucking your toes under, lift the knees, down dog. Start to pedal out the legs, walk it out side to side. All right, come back to stillness. Walk your feet up on mats with distance. Walk your left hand in towards center. Walk your left hand in a little bit. And then take the right hand to grab the outer left ankle and then pull the torso toward the left leg into the forward fold. Keep your left hand down. Turn the right heel in, releasing your right hand. Raise your left leg up and bind the right hand to your left foot and kick up. Opposite hand and foot, Simon. So right foot is down, left leg is up. Right hand to left foot. As you release your left foot, you're going to bend your right knee and thread the left leg over to the right side, and then lower the seat. And then lift back up as you kick the left leg up, three-legged dog. Stepping your left foot forward. Warrior one, wide-legged, arms up. Exhale, open it up. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Side angle, left hand inside the foot, right arm up. Right palm face down, reach forward. Half bind, right arm up and behind you. If you have the full bind, left arm underneath, take the bind, lift, lean back, and stack. Release your binds. Inhale, come up. Reverse warrior. Lengthen out the left leg. Triangle. Left hand to top of the shin or to the floor. Right arm up. Extended triangle. Right palm face down. Reach forward. Let's revolve that. Right hand comes to the floor. You can go a little bit wider. Raise the left arm up to twist. Half bind it. Left hand behind you. Then bend the left knee. Circle it up and around. Reverse warrior. Hands to the floor. Left foot stepping back plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Once you get to down dog again, separate your feet up on mat, Swiss distance. Walk your right hand in towards center. Walk it in a little bit to shorten the stance. Then left hand to grab the outer right ankle and pull the torso toward the right leg. Keep the right hand down. Turn the left heel in a little bit. Then raise your right leg up. Bind the left hand to the right foot and kick back. Start to release your bind. Keep the right hand down. As you bend your left knee, you're going to thread the right leg to the left side and take the feet slightly down. And then as you then raise your right leg back up, three-legged dog, step your right foot forward. Warrior one. So in this warrior one, your legs are a little bit wider than your regular stance. Exhale, open it up. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Side angle. Right hand inside the foot. Left arm is up. Half bind. Left hand behind you. Full bind. Right arm under. Release your binds. Inhale, come up. Reverse warrior. Lengthen out the right leg. Triangle. Extended triangle. Left palm face down. Reach forward. And then revolve it. Left hand comes down. You can go a little bit wider if you want. Raise your right arm up to twist. Half bind, right hand behind you, twist a little bit deeper. Then bend the front knee, circle it up and around, reverse warrior. Hands to the floor, right foot, stepping back plank. Inhale, one breath, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Again, separate your feet, mat Swiss. Walk, keep your left hand as is. Then as you bend your left elbow, left elbow comes down, and then turn your left hand in 45 degrees. Then turn the right heel down and ground the right heel. And again, binding, right hand to left foot and kick it up. So this is the forearm stand variation of the same bind that we took in down dog. Release the bind. Right hand can come to floor for support. And again, as you bend your right knee a little bit, thread the left leg under. And then this time, keep your left leg suspended. Raise your right arm up. Let's take a half bind, right hand behind you. Then let's take extended. Right arm up and over the right ear and extend it. Keep suspended. And then binding the right hand to your left foot, extend it out. Can we even rotate the hips, the leg to face up toward the sky? Yes, we can. All right, let's flip it back. Right hand comes back to the floor. As you lift back up, raise your left leg up. Then press your left hand, turn your left hand back in first. Turn it back out first. Lift the left elbow out, up. Coming back into three-legged dog. Stepping your left foot forward. Warrior one. Wrap the hands back behind you. Interlace your fingers. Lift the gaze up. So I made all that up as I was going along. So as you guys may probably know. Exhale, bow forward. So if I were to do my own self-practice, that's kind of like the movement I would play with. All the way back up, warrior one. Let's hope I remember all that. Open it up, warrior two. Reverse, warrior. Half moon, left hand forward about a foot, lobe off to left side. Once you get to your balance, you may stay here or again binding, right hand, right foot. If you want to take both hands, you can take both hands. Release to step it back, warrior two. Reverse, warrior. Hands to the floor, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Walk your feet wide, match with distance. Right forearm comes down, turn the right hand in 45 degrees. Turn the left heel down to ground the heel for support, then binding left hand to the right foot and kick up. Yeah, if you're not able to bind, just work with like a shape like this is fine. All right, release your bind. Left hand comes to floor. As you bend your left knee a little bit, thread the right leg under and keep it suspended. Then raise your left arm up. Take a half bind, left hand behind you. Keep your shoulders stacking. Matt, we're not quite there yet. Raise your left arm up, overhead extended. Then now, take the bind, left hand, right foot, and then let's rotate it up toward the sky. Begin to break. Left hand comes down to support. Turn the right hand back forward. Raise your right leg up. And then lift the right elbow up for three-legged dog. Step in your right foot forward. Warrior one. Wrap the hands back behind you. Other interlacing your hands. Lift the gaze up for ecstatic warrior. Bow forward, devotional warrior. Take it back up, warrior one. Open it up, warrior two. Reverse, warrior. Half moon, right hand forward, a little bit off to right side. Stay here or start binding just your left hand or both hands. Begin to break, step it back, warrior two. Reverse, warrior. Chaturanga dog, down dog. Inhale, come forward into plank, lower all the way down to the belly. Sphinx pose. So again, measure out as you normally do. Grab opposite elbows, palms down. 90 degrees with the arms, belly, lower ribs on the floor. As you lift the chest in opposition, going into your thoracic back bend. Gaze is slightly toward the floor to keep the back of the neck lengthy. Turn your left forearm in again. Right hand walks back a little bit for support. Let's start first by pressing right hand down, lifting right shoulder. Look past your right shoulder behind you. Then start to roll to the outside of the left leg and take frog leg with your right leg again. The right hand to bind to the left foot and kick back. Release, take your right hand back down, shift to your left again, extend the right leg out all the way. Then turn your left hand forward a little bit, lift the left elbow, coming up a little higher. Now, if this is a little bit too deep for you, then stay on your forearm position, right? Then, again, bending the left knee, reach back with your right hand, binding and kicking back. Begin to release. Walk your left hand a little bit wider. Thread the right arm under. Take the right shoulder, right cheek toward the floor. Then extend the left arm forward. Flip the palm to face up. Bend your left hand to reach back. Bend your right hand to take the bind. This is universal bind. The chin toward the right shoulder, or if your chin can reach down toward the floor, take the chin down. Start to release the binds. Walk your left hand back in. Press up. Walk your right hand back in. Then swing the right leg back. Shift back to child's pose. Nice and slow with the transition. Lift back up. Walk your hands back in. Gate pose. Stepping your right foot forward. Draw your left heel back. Stepping on the left knee. Right leg goes up. Yeah. So check that your left knee, left hip, left shoulder, one straight line. That's the structure. And the right leg can go as far out as you can. Side bend. Right arm over the right leg, left arm overhead. Take it back up to center, side bend to the left. Take it back up. Turn the toes forward, walk your right foot back in, arms out for balance, lift your right heel, and shift to stand on the left knee and pick up the right foot. See if you can balance and adjust your left knee. If you can balance and can take yogic toe lock, right yogic toe lock to reach out. All right, let's break. Step the right foot back down. And then leg is 90 degrees. Dig the right shoulder underneath your right knee. You can take both hands either side and just bow forward. You can take your left hand to your right ankle, left elbow coming down, and bow forward here. Kneeling, Vishwamitrasana first. Right hand comes to the floor. Left hand to bind to the right foot. Pick up the foot. Extend out if you can. Thread the head past your arm. Well done, guys. Now, without coming all the way out of the pose, release your bind of hand to foot. Left hand comes to floor, right leg goes out, Kundiyasana 2. You can keep your left knee bending and lift, or you can extend the left leg out, shift forward, and pick up the foot. Well done, guys. Nice. When you're ready, step the left foot back, step the right foot back. You're in Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Come forward into plank again. Lower all the way down to the belly. Sphinx pose, second side. So this time I'll face you. Or I'll face the camera. All right, measure out your pose as usual. All right, 90 degrees with the arms, belly, lower ribs toward the floor, and then gaze slightly toward the floor ahead of you. Then this time, turn your right hand in about 45 degrees, walk your left hand back. The first action is to just lift the left shoulder, start to look past your left shoulder behind you. Then shift to the outer right hip, and then let's take frog leg with your left leg. Then start to bend your right knee, reach back with the left hand to bind the hand to the foot, and kick back. Release your bind, left hand comes back down for support, shift to the right again, extend the left leg all the way out. Then turn the right hand forward a little bit, lift the right elbow off the floor, and then same thing. Bend your right knee, reach back with the left hand, and bind the hand to the foot. Release your left hand back down. You're going to thread the left arm under, left shoulder, left outer arm starts coming to the floor. Reach your right hand further forward, full extension. Flip the right palm to face up, and then bend your right elbow to reach back. Then pick up your left hand and take a universal bind. Then chin toward the left shoulder or chin toward the floor if you can reach. So this is your universal bind. And then for people at home, if that universal bind was hard to see, right? So we thread underneath your left arm, reach your right arm forward, flip the palm, reach back so the palm is facing down, lift the left hand, and then binding. The right hand facing down, left hand facing up to take that universal bind. All right, start to release your binds. Walk your hands back in, lift up. As you lift up, draw the right heel in. Oh, sorry, I think we lifted up to child's pose first, right? I forget. Did we take child's pose first? Let's take child's pose, it doesn't matter. All right, just give your lower back a little bit of a rest first. Yeah, I don't think we did, but anyway. All right, lift back up, gate pose. You're going to turn the right heel in, extend the left leg out. Then you want to definitely check that your right knee, right hip, right shoulder is basically one straight line, so you have a vertical structure to balance with. Palms face up, side bend over to your left. Take back up, side bend to the right. Take it back up, step the left foot back in. All right, shift to your left tiptoes. Arms can go out to counterbalance. We're going to try to balance on just your right knee by picking up the left foot. If you can find enough balance, Then maybe it's yogic toe lock to the left big toe and extend out. All right, let's break. Step the left foot back down. Leg is 90 degrees. Toes point forward. Start to dig your left shoulder underneath your left knee. So hands can go to either side. Of the right hand to your left ankle, right elbow coming down. All right, kneeling Vishva. Left hand stays to the floor. Right hand binds to the left foot. Either just pick up the foot and reach out, or if you have the mobility to thread the head past your arm and extend the leg fully out, take it. And to the best of your abilities, as you start to break out the pose a little bit, keep the left foot away from the floor, ground the palms to the floor, kick your left leg out. So this is your Kundiyasana 2 variation. Left leg is out. So if you want to modify it, right knee can stay down, keeping your right knee bent, and maybe you can find the balance here by lifting your right knee or extending your right leg all the way back for the full pose. All right, wherever you are, step the right foot back, step the left foot back. You're in chaturanga. Inhale up dog. Exhale down dog. Take your knees down for a second. I'll give you a demo. All right, just take a look. So we're going to come into the shape of a low lunge, and we're going to take some hops, right? So if you don't really have a very strong hop, you're just hopping a little bit, and you just switch legs. So this is what it looks like. You're just going to hop and basically do this a whole bunch of times. If you have a little bit of a handstand kind of shape, but you can't really take a full handstand yet, you're going to hop up high and switch legs. Hop up high and switch legs. Now, if you have a handstand, it's maybe going to come into a split handstand, switch legs, and come back down. So it looks something like this. That wasn't very good. All right, so if you have the control, you're going to find as much hang time to switch legs. If you have less handstand control, maybe just hop up high enough to switch legs. If you don't have a lot of hang time, it's just kind of like skipping. Okay? So take 5 or 10 or something like that. Be playful, but don't take too big of a risk. Maybe take some small hops first. So let's start with the right leg forward into a low lunge first. Sorry. That's where we started. So you can be on your fingertips or you can be your palms flat. So go ahead and take some hops. Maybe start with some hops first. See how you go. If you feel confident that you can lift it a little higher, you can hop it up a little higher. See if you can find some hang time. Good. Now, if you're beginning to feel more confident, the back leg has to lift up higher first, right? Before you switch. All right? And also, you don't have to feel like both legs have to come off the floor at the same time. So, for example, if your right leg is forward, you can step on the right leg, raise the left leg higher before you switch. All right? Play with that kind of timing and see how you can play with that. Good, Aliona. Good, Matt. Good. So you're beginning to find beginning to find a little bit of hang time there. That's right. Good. Leona's getting toward a handstand now, yeah? All right. Let's take some breaths. Come back down onto your knees. So, as you're resting, I'll give you that demo again, right? So, depending on your jumping abilities and how much confidence you have, right? You're on your fingertips or your palms are flat. This time, since I'm taking smaller steps, I'll be on the fingertips. So, when you take the gentle hops, right, both the legs, both the feet can come off at the same time. But notice that as you take the legs higher, you could actually step on the front leg first and think about this kind of hop that happens, right, in your handstanding. Right? They don't have to land or lift at the same time. Right? And as this gets a little bit more, maybe find yourself a little bit more hang time. Right? Your legs don't have to be straight if they have to bend a little bit, whatever. All right, so think about that. We'll do that one more time, but let's do some vinyasas first so that you can rest a little bit. All right, down dog. Raise your right leg up. Step the right foot forward, crescent moon. Just give your hands a little bit of a rest. Lunging your hips forward, setting up the base, beginning to find your back bend. Once you're there, arms up. Wrap the hands back behind you, interlace, and deepen. Release hands to the floor to the inside of the foot. Turn your right toes out. Let's take lizard. Walk your hands forward about a foot, lowering your forearms if you have that. Your back leg can be in either variation. Untuck toe, left knee on the floor, or tuck the toes, lift the left knee off the floor. So your choice, passive or active. All right, if your toes are tucked under, take the left knee down, untuck your toes, lift the elbows back up, walk your hands back in. Turn the right toes forward, frame your foot. Once you have the framed foot, tuck your left toes under again, half split, let's shift it back into your right hamstring stretch. Step that right foot back down, lift the left knee up, warrior one. Ground the back heel, arms up. Exhale, open it up, warrior two. Reverse warrior, chaturanga dog, down dog. Left leg up, step the left foot forward, crescent moon, second side. Set up your pose, find the foundation and your back bend. Once you're set, arms up. Wrap the hands back behind you, interlace, non-dominant thumb on top. Release your hands to the inside of the left foot. Turn your left toes out. Walk your hands forward, forearms down. So again, whatever variation of the lizard you took on the first side, you are repeating here on the second side. All right, if your knee is off the floor, take the right knee back down again, lift the elbows back up, walk your hands back in, turn the left toes forward, frame your foot, tuck the right toes under, half split. Shift your hips back over your right knee, flexing your left foot, inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Step the left foot back down. Warrior one. Lift the right knee, ground the back heel, arms up. Open it up. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Hands to the floor. Chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. All right. Step the left foot forward. All right. So we're going to start here on those jumps again. Take as many as you want. We'll just take a bunch of tries. If you're just taking the gentle hops, you can be with your fingers or palms flat. If you're taking a little higher, take a few small jumps first so that you can prep, okay? So anytime you're ready, start to jump. Good. I think we've all learned a lot from the first round. Okay. Let's take the left foot back, and then let's take it to child's pose once again. All right. Down dog. Let's take it to pigeon. Let's start with the left leg up. Draw the left knee in. Land that shin to the floor. Once you find the foundation, let's take into back bend first. Walk your hands in, lift the chest. Let's hold it here for a few breaths. Let's take a stretch. Lean forward a little bit, left hand stays to the floor, right arm reaching toward the left side, and keep reaching forward. You can bend your left elbow a little bit. Now, you don't have to come all the way down. All you're doing is lowering a little bit, but keep reaching your right hand toward the left side. Keep extending. The left forearm can come to the floor eventually for support. Just staying there. Walk it back in as you lift back up. Right hand to the floor, left arm overhead, and side bend. Then take both hands down. Let's come back up once again. Realign, and once you're set, make your way forward. Forearms down, or pillows with your hands. All right, mermaid binding. Walk your hands in. Mermaid one, left hand stays to the floor, bend your right knee, grabbing the outside of the foot, kick back and slightly outwardly to the right. If you can free up your left hand to reach, take it. Take the left hand back down. Let's switch directions. Right hand comes down as well. Then left hand to bind to the right foot. Kick back. Once you have the balance, if you can reach your right arm up for the balance, take it here. Right hand comes back down. Switch hands again. Mermaid two. Grab the inside of the right foot with your right hand. Draw that foot in. Slip the foot across your elbow, your forearms to your elbow crease, and reach your right hand towards your head. Once you have your balance, you can reach your left hand to bind. Start to release. Take the left seat down. Swing the right leg around. Center your seat. Either a regular cross-legged position or take a half lotus. Top of the right foot to your left hip crease. And then we'll take a forward fold. Hands to either side, lengthen your spine. And then with as much neutrality through your spine as possible, keep reaching forward. Then you can adjust your hands to come forward. Same process as our earlier forward fold, right? Keep as much neutral spine as you can. Keep walking your hands forward. Maybe your forearms can come down. Maybe flatten all the way down or around your spine in this one. Begin to make your way back up. Take your hands out of rotation, slightly back behind you. Lift your chest, gently looking up, but keep the back of the neck supported. Come back to neutral. Without supporting your right leg, you're going to reach your right leg out and flex your foot. Without using your hands, you're going to transition to draw the right leg all the way back. And then once you come to your pigeon pose again, ground the palms, tuck the right toes under, and gently walk back to down dog and take lots of pedaling of the legs, move it out side to side. Come back to stillness in your down dog. Let's take 3 tuck-toe up dogs. Inhale, come forward into your plank. Hips draw down as you lift your chest into your back bend. Exhale, take it back to down dog. 2 more times. Inhale, forward to plank. Hips draw down as you lift your chest. Exhale, take it back down dog. Inhale, forward. Hips down, lift your chest into your back bend. Exhale, down dog. Second side, right leg up. Draw the right knee in. Land that shin to the floor. Set up your foundation. Then walk your hands back into the back bend first. All right, lean the torso forward slightly. Right hand comes to the floor for support. Reach your left hand forward and toward the right side. And as you keep tractioning your left fingertips to the floor, you can bend your right elbow a little bit and keep reaching, reaching, reaching for the stretch of the left side. If you come far enough down, you can take your right forearm down to support as a strong, solid foundation. And then keep reaching left hand forward and out to the right for the left side stretch. All right, gently walk it back in as you lift the torso back up. Left hand to the floor, right arm overhead for the side stretch. Then release your hands down, walk your hands forward, regular pigeon. All right, mermaids, lift the elbows back up, walk your hands back in. Right hand stays to the floor for support. Bend your left knee. Reach back with your left hand to bind to the foot. So you want to kick straight back and a little bit off to the left side so that you don't fall off to the right. When you get your torso vertical enough, maybe you can free up your right hand to reach up and back. All right, switch hands. Right hand comes back down. Left hand comes down as well. The right hand to bind to the left foot. Kick back. Kick back enough so that your torso can get more vertical. If you can free up your left hand to reach up and back. Mermaid 2, left hand comes down, switch hands again, right hand to the floor. Left hand to bind to the inside of the foot. Then as you draw the foot in, slip the foot across your forearms to your elbow crease. Reach your left hand toward your head. Either stay with your right hand on the floor, or if you can kick back deep enough to free up your right hand to bind, take it. All right. Starting to release. Take the right seat down, swing the left leg around, and center your seat. And then again, either take a regular cross-legged position if the half lotus is not for you, or take the half lotus, top of your left foot to your right hip crease. Then once you find a centered seat, take the hands back behind you. Rotating outwardly, lift the chest. Draw the heart to open, gently looking up, supporting the back of the neck. Come back to neutral. Start to lean the torso forward. You can always keep your hands back behind you. If you have a little bit more range and want to start to support with your hands forward, start to work toward that. So first starting with a lengthy spine. Then as you draw forward, right? Once you feel for the lower back stretch sufficiently, if you then want to round your spine, you can. If you want to take your forearms down, you can. All right, let's start to break. Walk your hands back in, lifting your torso up. Without supporting the left leg, extend the left leg forward and flex your foot. Without your hands on the floor, start to transition back, reaching left foot back. Once you get to your pigeon shape, then go ahead, ground the palms, and step it back to down dog, and take lots of movement. All right, come back to stillness. Again, 3 tiptoe up dogs. Inhale forward into a plank. Hips draw down, lifting the chest. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale forward. Hips draw down, lift the chest. Exhale, down dog. Forward plank. Hips draw down, lift the chest. Exhale, down dog. Walk your feet forward, yogic squat. Hands together in prayer, press your elbows or your arms to the inner knees back into your arms. Once you have that resistance, let the feet draw toward the floor and closer toward the heels. And with the arms pressing against your legs, legs against your arms, also then get straighten your spine and lean back. So it's a very active yogic squat. Release your hands to the floor for support. Shift to your left foot. Extend the right leg out for your Skandasana squat. If you can free up your hands to take prayer. If you want to bind. All right, so not a requirement, only if you have a good balance here. Release your binds. We're going to fold over your right leg. Right hand to outside the right leg. Left hand to bind to right foot if you can reach. And forward fold over the right leg. Stay in that Skandasana squat. Release. Hands back to floor for support. Draw the right heel back in. Reconnect to that yogic squat. Second side, hands to the floor, shift to your right foot, extend the left leg out. All right, so first finding the balance. Simon, if you turn the right toes forward a little bit, good. And then lean forward and toward the left, so you're on the inside of the right leg. Yes. Are you able to balance better, maybe? Good. And if you have to bind, take the bind. How about this, Simon? Lean toward the left over your left leg. Get to the inside of the legs first. Then press your right arm to the inside of the right leg. Good. Now, with that resistance, keep that angling of the torso over toward your left. Does that give you a little bit better balance? You know what? Also, maybe your left heel. Walk it further back. Right, take both hands to the floor in front of you first. Walk your left leg a little bit further back. Good. Does that help? Maybe. Okay. All right, so it's all about adjusting the body to give you the leverage you need. All right, we're then going to release and fold over your left leg. So left hand to outer left leg, square over your left leg, and fold. If you can bind hand to foot, take it. All right, make your way back to center. Draw the left foot back into your yogic squat. Once you're centered, let's take a seat. When you extend the legs forward, separate your feet about mat's width with your hands supporting. Just turn the toes in a little bit. We're taking a very long outer rotation through your squat, so now we're going to go the opposite and turn the toes in. Okay, release. Extend the legs forward and lower onto your backs. Bridge pose or wheel pose. Bend at your knees. Walk the heels in. With the fingertips, feel for the back of the heels. Once you have that measurement, press your heels down, lift your feet. If you like wheel, prefer wheel, go ahead and take a wheel. You have about 4 more deep breaths. Make sure if you're taking options that you repeat both sides. And then when you are ready to break, lower all the way down and then gently hugging both knees in. Recline twisting, keep the left knee in, extend the right leg out to the floor. Left arm out to a T or downwards alongside the hips and gently twist to the right. Take it back to center. Switch legs, switch arms. Twist to the other direction. Take it back to center again, hugging both knees in. Once you're feeling pretty neutral and you're ready, step the feet to the floor, slide the legs forward. Shavasana, final relaxation. Beginning to draw your breath back in, moving your fingers and your toes. Reach the arms overhead, stretching in opposite directions. And then rolling over to the right side and come up to a comfortable cross-legged position. When you take a seat, let's take a non-dominant shin on top. Using a non-dominant side a little bit more to create better symmetry. Reconnecting to an even seat. Lengthy spine, shoulders broad, breath deep. And let the neck be free. Enough for Om. Hands together in prayer, bowing forward, sealing in the practice. Come up. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here this morning. And thank you for sharing your practice with me. My name is Stephen Chang, coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand, as well as through Zoom. You can register for class through yourbindi.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10, and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal. Payment information on the bottom of the video, as well as my website, simhayoga.com. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.